So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arsalan and today we are on day 17 of solving the Python object oriented programming system questions. So far we have done so many questions and we have started from day 1 with from very basic question and then we have moved on to day 17, right? So as we have moved, we have done many questions and we have increased the difficulty level. So far we have done question which includes a basic idea of object oriented programming, yet we have various concept of object oriented programming. One of which concept we will be starting from today is inheritance. So today we will be starting with inheritance and we will be starting specifically single inheritance. We have different types of inheritance as well, like single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance and hybrid inheritance. So guys, today we will be starting with single inheritance, and if you are very new to this channel, very new to this series, I encourage you guys to please start it from day 1 and you will understand the basic idea of why we created this, why I created this playlist and why we are doing this playlist. And I may give you the basic idea of why we are doing this playlist. I am doing this playlist, I have created this playlist of solving the Python or object oriented programming system question because I want us to just have a very strong logic of object oriented programming system questions and to build our logic, because after doing any course of, let's say, Python, uh, what we lack is the practice, right? So to able to just grind our logic and grind our understanding of programming system, object oriented programming system, I created this playlist so that we can just uh, develop our logic and understanding of the object oriented programming system. So let's start this tutorial of object oriented program system on day 17, where we will be understanding the inheritance, and specifically we will be starting with single inheritance. So guys, just before starting with this tutorial, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. So guys, there are multiple types of inheritance. First, there are a single inheritance, there is multi-level inheritance, there is multiple inheritance, then it's multi-level inheritance, then is hierarchical inheritance, then a hybrid inheritance. So as I said that today we will be discussing the single inheritance. Let's read out what does single inheritance means to just revise our concept, and then we can just start with the question and understand what is inheritance. And we will be just also discussing about the inbuilt function called super. So we will be discussing about super as well, and we will just while we will be doing the question, you will get to know what is a super means. So in single inheritance, a class inherits from a single parent. It forms in a relationship between the derived class and the base class from parent. Example, a class inheriting from a vehicle. So guys, let's say we have an example here. Create a class called person with attribute name and age. So that's all we know. That's we already know that to create a class we just have to name a class person, that's already been given here, and we have to define the instance attribute here, def init, as they are asking name and age, each name and each. Now we have to just give the instance attribute as self.name is equals to name and self.age is equals to age. Now we have these two attributes asked to us. All right, now create a child class called student. Now this class person is a parent class. This is a parent class. Now what they ask us next us to is to create a class student, they ask us to create a what? Create a child class, right? So it's a student person. So when we create a child class, we give the name of the class and then we put a parenthesis, and in this parenthesis we give the name of the parent class. So we have given the name of the parent class. This is child class whose name is student. Okay, so this is a class person is a parent class, and class student is a uh, child class, right? So when we create a child class, what we do here is we just put the name of the class, child class, and then in the parentheses we give the name of the parent class. All right. Now they ask us to what they ask us to what they ask us next to do is add an attribute called grade to the student. uh, Add an attribute called grade to the student class, create an instance of the student class, and print out the name, age, and grade. So they ask us to create an attribute grade to the student. So we know that it's a child. A student is a child class of person. Person is a parent class and student is a child class. So now what we will doing next is, if we define the instance attribute, uh, you will see in Visual Studio Code this super keyword has already been covered. When you press enter, when you press def init and press enter, this is auto completed. So what does this super means? As we have already studied, let's just cover it and let's just revise this concept. So this super keyword means that these two attributes, these two instance attribute, are taken from person, they are taken from parent class, and we can use it in our student class. So if I give you the basic idea of super keyword, it means super keyword or a built-in function means that we can use the instance attribute or attribute, or we can say any we can or functions of the parent class. So let's say we have a parent class of person whose instance attribute are name and age. So that's why we can use the name and age in student. So let's say let me show it to you let me show it to you an example. Let's say Arsalan is equals to student. Now and if I print Arsalan, print Arsalan, and it will show an error. Yeah, definitely we know that it will be showing an error. And what does an error is? To positional argument. See, we haven't given any arguments here. We use the super init. So they are asking us to give the name and age. So why they are asking us the name and age? Because see, we have used the super here. So we have to give the name and age. So let's say my name is Arsalan and age is, let's say, 30. Let's say, for example, it's a random value, and if I print it now, you will see that I am getting an object here, because I haven't written any value here, right? So it will be giving an object. Now what let's say I want to just get the age. So if I will be printing Arsalan dot age, so it will be giving 30. right? So if I want to print the name, I will be just saying Arsalan dot age. Now what they next us asked to create is to create in another attribute and another instance attribute, that is grade. So I will be putting grade here, and just below, sorry, grade here, and just below this I will be saying that self dot grade is equals to grade. Now we can create an instance of person. Let's say Ahmad is equals to person. All right, Ahmad is equals to person, and we have to give two attributes, right? We will not taking three attributes. So let's say his age is 24, and uh, let's say I want to print his name. So print Ahmad dot name. So it will be giving me Ahmad. Yeah, it is asking for three positional arguments. So let me comment this here and run this. So you might have seen the error where it was asking me three arguments. So previously it was not asking. Right now it's asking because we have given another attribute called grade. So we have to give also grade. So let me just put it down below here, and let me uncomment this section. Now if I run this, you will see an error. Which error? It's saying that one required positional argument, that is grade. So we have to put grade. Let's say I am in grade let's say 10, and now it will not be showing me an error. See, it's not showing me an error. So you have understand the basic idea of inheritance now. So this was single inheritance, where it was just taking the it was inheriting from the parent class, right? So create an instance of the student class and print out the name, age, and grade. So we have to print out the name, age, and grade. So we can print it out. Let's say I will be taking f string here and putting it like this. So the name of the student is Arsalan dot name, and his age is Arsalan dot age, right? And Arsalan dot, and his grade is Arsalan dot grade. So we have created an instance here as well of the child class. We have created a student as a Arsalan is equals to a student. This is an instance and of a child class. So if I print this, you will be seeing the statement here, whose statement is the name of the student is Arslan, his age is 30, and his grade is 10. Now I hope that you have understood this question. We will be just moving further in this tutorial, and right now we will be just focusing on single inheritance, and further in this tutorial we will be also discussing multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. But for some days we will be just focusing on single inheritance, and we will be just increasing the bar of single inheritance, and as we have fully understand, as we will be fully understanding and gain the full confidence in solving these types of question of single inheritance, then we will further moving with various types of inheritance. So guys, this was all for day 17. I hope that you've liked the tutorial and now you have understood the logic of super. And if you have not, in this tutorial we will be just doing many questions, you will be understanding the concept of super as well. So guys, this was just the day one of solving the inheritance, and we have understood the very basic idea of super. So while we are moving further in this tutorial, you will be understanding the more and more detailed version of super, uh, and you will be understanding the detailed thing in super. So if you have not understood, don't worry, we will be moving further and you will be understanding it further. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. If you have any doubt, ask me in the comment section. And guys, if you want the source code of all these tutorial, please comment in the comment section that you want these you want the source code. I will be putting the source code here as well, so that you can just copy the notes, or you can just copy the questions, or you can just copy the code. So this was all for today. Thank you guys for watching this video, and see you next time.